Going to do a short review of the issc M22. It's made in Austria, imported by LSI out of Reno, Nevada. It's supposed to be taken over by ATI, which they haven't got their crap together yet. I don't know why it's taking them so long, but anyway, eventually it's supposed to be taken over by them. Whether it is or not, I don't know. Anyway, the reason I knew that is because I called them, because I was going to get a recoil spring to try to get this thing running right. You know anything about these guns, they do not run well from the factory. You have to do quite a bit of work on them to get them to run right. Now, some people may have had good luck with them from the factory, I don't know. But I know most people do not. And I unfortunately am not one of those people. This one, anything I put in it, didn't matter what I put in it, would not feed or eject. Mainly eject was the problem. Okay, getting to the point. The main thing is the ejection, and there's quite a few videos on how to fix that problem. You have to cut a little groove where the ejector touches the side of the slide. And check those videos out. If you're any good with a Dremel and hand tools, go for it. If you're not, I suggest you look up a gunsmith. I done all the work that it said to do, and it still didn't work. So I put a little bit more tension on the spring that goes to the ejector. That helps some. Every little bit helps. Then polished inside the chamber, feed ramp, oiled it up. Still was not running 100%. So then my next and final step was start cutting on the recoil spring. This I do not recommend unless you really know what you're doing. Only take off, if you decide you want to do it, only take off just a little bit at a time and then run a couple of mags through it. Now, the next thing you could do is reduce the tension on the hammer spring, which I have not done that yet. I don't think I'm going to, because that requires some major work that I'm not willing to do at this point in time. Now, over here, the Federal, I don't know why this runs good, because it says it's only running at 1200 feet per second, and from all the information I got, the Blazers run at 1235, and they will not run. These work fine, but these will not work at all. You have to manually eject each casing. With that being said, the mini mags, they work flawless. These, I had 2 failures out of 30 rounds. These here, the 555 Winchesters at 1280 feet per second, they work fine. And the best of all, I put all these in here because I hate those little plastic things. I'm going to do that with a CCI mini mags, but I haven't had time to do it yet. But anyway, the Winchester Super Speed, 1300 feet per second, 40 grain round nose. I mean, these are awesome. They're not stingers, but they run very well, almost like shooting a 9mm. The sound wise, not the recoil, but the sound. Anyway, if anybody has any idea why the Blazers won't work in this gun, feel free to comment. It just didn't make any sense to me. That's one reason I decided to do this video, because these do not run, and they work fine and everything else. I've run them in the GSG 522, GSG 1911, Ruger 1022, Ruger Mark II. Of course, the Ruger Mark II, eat anything you put in it, always has, for me anyway. Anyway, these being slower, it did not make any sense why they run and these will not. Only thing I could say is these is just better rounds, period. But as why these will not eject. None of them will eject. And I'm not willing to cut any more on the recoil spring, or at least ways until ATI gets their act together and where I can order a spring from them. But I guess that's it for now. If anybody has any suggestions or any more ideas about how to make this thing run better, feel free to comment, and have a good day.